Welcome back to, we're still sitting here talking about food because Wookie can't actually function. He's had breakfast and his brain doesn't want to work anymore. And that, I think, is a good topic. Breakfast. Tell me about your ultimate breakfast experience. Because you always cook yourself some big ones as well.
Usually not breakfasts, but
You have them at dinner, but it's still breakfast.
cereal is a full day meal.
True story.
Now I'd say the best breakfast I had was actually my morning breakfast in when I was in Bombay. After the little street food vendor when I went outside after my college lessons every morning, because my lessons were from 5 to 6.
Mm-hmm.
And then 6 a.m. you'd come out and sort of the city. Okay, Bombay never sleeps. That city is just active 24/7. But it would be starting to get into the more busy section.
Yes.
And our little college was in a little back alley down in the middle of the industrial sector, right outside the Dada station, which is where all the trains coming from the farmlands out of town would stop.
Okay.
So it's like 6 a.m. You've just finished doing an hour of IT studies, and you walk out of your little back alley back towards the main street, and you just get assaulted with this like smell of this freshly cut coriander, which was really, really nice. And then just next to the station was a little food vendor, and obviously we did a whole variety of different things. The most well-known one of the region was pav bhaji, which is a nice sort of little tomato and onion curry with toasted hamburger buns.
Okay.
And a few slices of like onion in it. Not too bad. And then there was also a variety of pakoras, your different deep fried vegetables.
Mm-hmm.
But my favorite is vada pav, which is like the Bombay burger.
What is it called?
Vada pav.
I thought you said utapau. From the, I was sitting there going, hang on, didn't we attack that in Clone Wars?
It's WADAPAV or VADAPAV. V and W are kind of the same letter in Hindi.
Uh-huh.
And
The more you know. Indian Knowledge Day, brought to you by 925 Rebellion. Learn about different cultures.
this fish is so sexy, I'm getting naked.
Yep, that's advertising for you.
So, take like mashed potato
Mm-hmm.
and then roll it into like a burger patty shape. And mix in coriander and a little bit of spice.
Potato
And-
cake, essentially.
Pardon?
Like a potato cake.
Yeah. But you obviously have a little bit more spices in it and fresh coriander leaves. Roll it up into like a little burger patty shape and then coat it in mustard seed. Like
Okay.
ground up mustard seed. And then deep fry it.
You see, I could have gone to India 10, 15 years ago, but now I couldn't because of my medical stuff. Any food I eat there would kill me. I'd instantly develop chest pain and fall over dead. I'd end up having to find the most bland. I'd probably end up at McDonald's or something, eating the most bland food they had.
Indian McDonald's, the McTikaloo burger.
No, I'd be eating the Mac fucking nothing burger. Just chips. Teach India how to make chips properly. No spices, just deep fry all this shit. But you were saying, that's your breakfast.
Yeah, and then you take that and you put it on a hamburger bun with tamarind chutney. When we go to Delhi Dhaba, it's the brown one. That is divine. And it's like, and very filling. It's like quite cheap and very filling. So it's like the perfect for the guys on the street. Just grab a cheap breakfast quickly on your way to work.
For 1 billion people in that country, their food is unbelievably good and cheap.
Yeah.
I saw it on that Gordon Ramsay show.
And something like vada pav is very quick to make. So also if you're like a factory worker or something, you don't have to take like an hour's long lunch break to wait for someone to cook your lunch, because most Indian food takes a lot of cooking.
Yeah, but they normally prepare early.
Yeah, but your like vada pav and your pav bhaji and all your street food type stuff is ready in like 5 minutes. So you can go quickly on your lunch break, order what you want, the guy will be like there in front of you, there you go, and off you go. And you've paid like the equivalent of like £2 for your whole lunch.
Which is about what in dollars? If we have American fans, it's about what?
Less than $1.
Far less than $1, maybe half a dollar, maybe 2 bits at the most, and about 50p for the British. So not much at all for about $2, maybe £1 a day. You can actually do quite nicely in India. You can live quite well.
the equivalent of about $2 did 4 of us breakfast every morning.
Equivalent of $2 here. Well, we had that nice breakfast we bought this morning at the shop there.
But that was like,
Generic cheap breakfast.
yeah.
Still, food's food in my book. There's too many starving people in the world, so I don't turn my nose up at food.
Mm-hmm.
People who do, I want to punch. But that doesn't sound like a bad breakfast.
It was very
I
nice.
think my favourite one ever, breakfast-wise, I was actually relatively healthy, surprisingly, was I had a nice Scottish breakfast. Scrambled eggs, proper like homemade toast, and then it was actually fresh river salmon. But thinly cut salmon. And that was it. And then I think they had some winkles with it. I don't do winkles or oysters or any of their cousins because they don't like me.
Well, you know me, the only seafood I do is tin tuna and calamari. But
That's a typically British mindset, even though you've been born and raised here. It's still part of the mindset. We come from an island originally. What do you want to eat? Fucking nothing from the sea.
for me, it's just I feel nauseous when I eat most seafood.
As do most people in Britain. They live on an island, they eat hamburgers. They live on burgers and sausages. As long as it looks like a burger, they'll pretty much eat it. But I think that was probably one of my nicest breakfasts. Here, I don't know. I like a steak breakfast. Nobody I know likes steak breakfast here. Well, you just eat any damn thing. But I like a nice steak, bacon, hash browns. I particularly like hash brown. I mean, look at yesterday. Mushroom sauce, a nice matured steak, and a hash brown. Nothing more than that. Nothing more than that. Yeah, we don't need eggs. Eggs aren't that good for you, no. But more mushroom sauce.
They are nice though.
On occasion. But we had scrambled eggs this morning, so. But hash browns.
I could
like.
drown in eggs.
You will one day. It will probably be the thing that kills you. It'll be the drink. It'll be the drink that kills him.
That's if I stay poor. If I get rich, the thing that'll kill me is I will go like Scrooge McDuck style, except instead of being full of gold coins, the vault that I dive into will be full of Smarties.
Up his nose. That could be really smart. I did Smarties cereal once. So Smarties in a bowl with milk.
I must try that.
I got it from IT Crowd. Just put Smarties in a bowl and put milk. Smarties cereal. That was a decent breakfast. I like a filling breakfast. Pizza breakfast isn't bad.
Pizza works for every meal.
This is true.
Pizza is the one true god.
Margarita is a base. It's decent. I've always maintained if you go to a place, chocolate milkshake, a steak, a burger, and a margarita pizza. Those are the 4 things you should have if you go to a new place. Because if they can't make a chocolate milkshake or cook a hamburger properly, they're fucked on everything else. If you can't do a plain margarita pizza, then Mondays you're not going to be able to cook anything exotic.
Pretty much, yeah.
But if you could create your own breakfast, what would you have? I'd have mushrooms in mine.
Definitely mushrooms. A steak, but probably a lighter steak, not like a huge T-bone or something. Or with like a smaller fillet.
Or a nice 100-gram slice of fillet.
Yeah.
It's about 3 or 4 ounces for Americans.
Some boerewors, not too overcooked, so it's still nice and juicy.
Can't stand boerewors. Pork sausage for me.
Blech. Even if I have to, I'll do beef sausage with. Pork sausage has never agreed with me very well.
I agree with me.
But like a nice juicy boerewors goes nice at breakfast. Like a light fillet.
That said though, I did do Tug in the Hole once. I had pork sausage, Russians, boerewors, I think Frankfurters. I had like a whole pile of different sausages. I just stuffed them all in. Made Tug in the Hole out of it.
Interesting.
It worked.
Then, what else? Like you say, definitely mushroom sauce. Couple of fried eggs. Some scrambled eggs with mushroom and ham in. Maybe a bit of bacon. Bit of cheese in it. If you're really getting fancy, maybe a slice of haggis or black pudding. Yeah.
I created once something I called the Union breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
What with my loyalty and my pro-union nationalism and my anti divided nationalism, I thought Britain needs a unifying breakfast. So I created the Union breakfast. A nice Cornish sausage, one of those big fat sausages, some nice English bacon, some nice English mushrooms, some good Scottish haggis, some of that nice North England black pudding, the slightly thicker one, that, some nice seaweed from Wales, like nice lava bread, so it's like a cooked block of seaweed.
Okay.
It's like a bit like a spinach kind of thing. And then some nice potatoes from Ireland, but like potato cakes, Irish potato cakes, Irish, like all sorts of champ, that kind of, like a nice mix. It's like all the different bits and pieces, different breakfast staples from the UK, put them all together for breakfast. Called it the Union breakfast. A bit of everything from the homeland for the union of our country.
When you say Union breakfast, I just imagine this plate covered in blue stars.
Unfortunately, yeah, the Americans. I would actually, if the stars were like little chocolate stars